Hello there folks and welcome back to my YouTube channel and a game of me with the Lost Vikings and a few friends. This is not a custom game, just another quick match as usual. And this is a game which I really enjoyed. Um, we actually did quite a good job, I can say. Now I'm playing with a few friends who are still learning the game, and I'm teaching them a few things while I'm trying my best to, ensure that they have a awesome experience of the game at the same time. And this is one of those games where I was a bit annoying, let's say, with the Vikings in the sense that, well, I didn't pull much, cool plays like usual, but, well, I did like the game in the sense that I kind of carried it in a way. So, analyzing, my own games, seeing how things go, and also looking at how the game went on the other lanes, kind of makes me, um, kind of makes me, uh, you know, see a different angle and take a different angle on how things work. So laning phase proceeds as normal. I just push a bit with the 2 while obviously forgetting about Olaf, which kind of pisses Raynor off. And he kind of saves Olaf in here. And he's kind of pissed, as one can see. And Raynor manages to save himself. I sent Balog back because he was quite low HP. And honestly, I don't want to play the Vikings on 3 lanes as I used to, because I don't want to, you know, um, play in, like hardcore style in quick matches. If I were to go ranked, maybe I would, but the point is I'm just trying to have chill games, although the Vikings aren't the best necessarily for, chilling around. Mainly because, well, you have to do a lot of things to, you know, do well with the Vikings. You have to, be very attentive um, how you push lanes, how you do split pushing and the such. Because, well, it's not a problem if your Vikings die. Like, I lost Eric here, I know I lost him because I focused too much on Olaf. And when one Viking dies, they give just a quarter of the experience. Now, in this game they kind of always dominated us, but it seems again we were somewhat favored, because they always seem to gather the seeds and we barely seem to have any chance against that, especially in the sense that, well, barely anyone joined against them to take the seeds. And it's also admirable that, compared to many quick matches, there is no death yet. In the sense that, well, yes, I mean, I have a death here on Eric, but out of the team, basically no one died yet. I tried to put Eric in front of Balog to not get pulled, but I misclicked, so Eric went a bit lower. I'm conscious of that. I think here is where I lose Olaf. Yes, because I misclicked again in here somewhere, I don't know. Because usually allies don't do much body blocking. And as usual, I don't know, in some games it's like the enemies team for many times in a row it feels that the enemies are always the kind who stomp us. I don't know how the how correct the uh, matchmaking goes, in the sense that, the sense of balance. Like, I've had teams with 3 tanks versus 3 assassins, and it was like a huge stomp for them, which I kind of expect. And as usual, I've been pushing 2 lanes. Well, oh yes, I forgot I had Olaf in here. And the enemies kind of constantly dominated us. Here I wanted to take the camp with Olaf because I had the mercenary lord, but well, I understood that he had no chance in there anymore. And I pinged my allies to be careful for these camps because I thought they would go for them, but apparently um, there was no interest in them taking that camp. My team proceeded to take the first camp while I left bot, because if the objective is bot, I knew that, well, the enemies would definitely take that, and I also proceed to take my first camp with Eric. And of course the enemy team dominated us in the team fights. Well, of course I was busy doing my green chip part. And here it is, the first time they took the plants. Well, again, I was taking the camp. 10 months later I actually and successfully took it. And I instantly proceeded mid to kill this one, which was, already dead.
Red team has destroyed a fort. Hero slain.
And I came in here. Wanted to be a bit cautious. I just wanted to deal a bit of damage to take the plant. The boss, I mean. And I killed the inhibitor, or well, whatever I call it. Here I lose Baylog. So I sent Eric to help Olaf on this lane. The enemies were quite bent on pushing us to the finish. So I began my pillaging campaign, in which I destroyed the first fort of the enemy. At the same time, my team did a good job to keep them busy. While I proceeded to the second lane, to the second camp, the one lower.
Another seed is about to sprout, heroes. Are you ready for this?
Here my team is pushing them back, which wasn't necessarily the best point. I also had Baylog move top, so that we push the lane separately.
Hero slain. That seed is ready for gathering. I suggest you do it now.
And I bring Baylog to the camp, but well, I immediately decided it was not necessary. The level difference was again similar, although they were 5 kills ahead of us, and well, the talents, if you're interested, and also the scoreboard. I wasn't leading in siege damage because I took some camps already, but I was leading in experience, and of course Rexar was leading in experience in their own team as well. So I took the camp and, well, looked for another opportunity. I was interested in taking this camp suddenly, but, well, I saw that it was kind of busy, so I simply left. I said, no, it's definitely not for me. So I went bot to get a bit of experience and maintain the level difference, because I said, okay, this game was interesting in a way for me, because despite they were having a few kills ahead of us, and they also had an advantage in you know, breaking our whole mid lane, oh, bottom lane.
Don't fret about the shamblers. They don't feel a thing anymore.
So I decided to take a camp. Then I came up with the idea, okay, I can actually sneak around and take it with Eric. And I was warned by my friend that, hey, they're actually coming. So I also withdrew. I waited for a bit and, well, I wanted to poke Phoenix, but unfortunately it was a bit too late. Thankfully they withdrew for some reason and allowed me to take this camp. And being against two champions with a pool, that's not necessarily the best thing, I can say.
My little seed is on the verge of sprouting. Prepare to gather it.
And I'm pushing this lane also, since why not? The experience level, the experience difference had to be preserved. I knew that in team fights I wouldn't do much because they are quite beefy and Lily would easily easily negate any damage that I would deal with the Vikings. So the point is, I also took the camp and earned my team a level 16 talent before the enemies. I don't know how much of a difference it did, so you can actually see it now. But apparently they didn't have much of a great time. And I was pushing bottom while I also sent Baylog mid.
Hero slain. Blue team has destroyed fort. Hero slain.
And my team kind of dominated them a bit. Bot lane, I almost pushed them to the inner turrets, but Phoenix came. Usually I can attack Phoenix and deal with him, though I usually need a bit of poke. And, well, again I proceeded in taking a camp and again also pushing a lane because I needed the experience for the team, and I also needed the stacks. I needed the stacks for you know, Viking bribery or whatever that thing was called. And
soon you will have another seed to gather, heroes.
Stitches pushes me back in here while I'm simply joining in the team fight for now, for just for a bit. I focused Misha because I took it for someone else, and we managed to take Lily. Again, what else could I do other than being cringe enough and take a camp, because why else, like, why not? and then I got pushed back by Stitches. Everyone kind of withdrew, or well, so I thought, because I was a bit like very interested in actually taking the camp back from Stitches. So I revived myself and constantly asked for help, and actually snatched the camp from Stitches while making a run for it. My team wanted to focus uh, on the objective. However, the enemy's Lily was, annoying in the sense that always healing them, and they also take the flowers again. Well, of course, I'm pushing top. So I decided to simply avoid top for now. I left it low HP enough so that it wouldn't be much of a problem. So I destroyed the flower to make sure that the fortress isn't disabled and manages to pull some damage on the plant while also earning an early level 20 on my team. And I managed to save Olaf with the jump, a talent that I've been using a bit more frequently as of late. Again, I proceed to the camp. I take the camp because now it's level 20. I've got a lot more damage, so I can easily take them. The enemy seems to be withdrawing from our mid, not interested in... I don't know why, but apparently they weren't too interested in that. And, well, I pinged my allies to come help me here, take the camp, but, well, apparently more enemies came. Phoenix managed to pull himself away. And I am simply left alone in here. While I go with Eric and take the camp.
You would best be ready to gather another seed, heroes.
And, constantly beat at their core. For some reason they ignore me, focusing on poor Imperius, who also seems to survive. And yeah, I remember this. They successfully withdrew to the core, while I was of course pushing, and with Eric I was also taking this somewhat down while pushing the lane afterwards. I said, okay, screw it, I'm not gonna focus too much on that. I decided to wait a bit and look a bit more on the minimap. I didn't know exactly what the enemies were doing, and since I was a bit way too close to the to their core, I expected them to withdraw, but well, somehow they didn't. So I engaged the tower. And destroyed the first tower. Decided to withdraw again and see what was happening. I decided to send Eric back, but again I changed my mind. I was interested in having someone save my Vikings instead of being, caught with, all of 3 off guard and, all of the 3 killed. I don't know who started pinging me, but here I got a kill on Stitches. I was also tempted to take Phoenix as well, but I said screw it. I did enough damage considering I took down some of their forts.
you be guiding
And
that sea?
uh, now, since they were busy defending their base, Eric actually takes the seed. Of course, moving further. Moving further to the next annoying step, which was again take the camp, and as I was expecting, they were there, but
A seed has been planted. It will spread before you know
and we engaged them here. I successfully took the
it.
camp.
Hero slain.
Phoenix was, as usual, targeting me. I was definitely interested in taking a kill, but
Hero slain.
that was no longer of any importance.
To my side.
Red team's core is under siege. Ah, there
So,
it is.
seeing that the
Gather
enemy
seed
was,
before
you
the
know,
enemy does.
so busy, I decided to do the honorable thing of actually taking the objective
Hero
with
slain.
Eric while keeping the defenders busy. And after having taken that, I wanted to take the camp, but I forgot that they actually disappear, so my bad. And here is basically where we kind of finished the game.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
And here I engaged the Nexus. Again, the team was pushing them savagely, and well, basically that's how we won.
Blue team is victorious. MVP.
With Reynor usually, as usual, like Reynor winning the MVP. I didn't know the person, he wasn't with my friends. But, well, for 12 mercenary captures that actually, you know, turned the tide, um, the team also did a phenomenal job at keeping them busy. All I can say, I really like the game, hopefully you enjoyed it. It may have seemed a bit boring probably when watching it, but I assure you it was a bit intense while I played it. All this being said, keep up the good work, you're loved and appreciated. Take care, Ferenjan Board signing out.